Hey everybody, Jake here from Bearded Gear, and it's unboxing time once again. I've been unboxing a lot of things lately. It's just kind of the way it goes. Sometimes, I guess, I go on these streaks of getting a lot of new stuff. But this time it isn't a knife. I feel like the majority, or it's fair to say, of my unboxings are knives. This is a piece of EDC gear. You've seen the thumbnail and the title. This is an Okluma light. And I've been hearing about Okluma lights for years. Like, probably, if I were to guess, at least 3 years plus, maybe more. I've had friends who've been getting them. I have seen pictures of them on Instagram. I've been aware of their existence for a long time, but I haven't been playing the flashlight game in the realm that these sit. I have a drawer full of O-lights and a couple of stream lights and some old Surefires and stuff. But I haven't been playing in like the boutique collector light realm ever up until very, very recently. I just like a week and a half ago, got my Reaver Citadel. So I'm really enjoying that light, been carrying it and using it, and it's great so far. But right about the same time that I started looking for that light, I decided to also look for an Okluma, and I was going to kind of see which one would come along first and then pull the trigger on that one. And then literally like on the same day, I ended up getting a chance at both of them. So this one took a little longer to get here, but it's here. And I got some extras with it, and I'm stoked. I'm really, really pumped for this light. So we're going to go ahead and bust into it. This is the DC0. Or DC0, I don't know which way you're supposed to say it, but there are a couple of models from Okluma that I'm aware of. There's the DC0 or DCO, whatever this one is, and then there's the DC1, and I believe there's a DC2. And within those models, there are multiple like material variations and stuff. This one's just a titanium DC0, DCO. I feel like I should figure out which way I'm supposed to say that, but we're going to call it DCO for this video, and if I'm wrong, then tell me in the comments. I'm sure you will anyways. If you're somebody who knows and knows that I'm saying it wrong, it's YouTube. That's what the comment section tends to be. So, yeah, I'm going to say, just like I did in my Reaver Citadel unboxing recently, that I am not a light guy. I've already admitted I'm new to this world, and so I've been starting to learn what some terms are, but I am not an expert on these things at all whatsoever. Like in a group chat that I'm in, when I was talking about getting the Reaver, like when it had arrived, Mark, Advanced Knife Bro, was like, "What's the UI?" And I was like, "The what now? I don't know what that is." Apparently it means user interface in the light world. I guess I probably could have put that together. That's what it is, but that's like how the modes work and whether it's programmable and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, what driver does it have and what emitters? There's like all these terms, and I don't know any of it. I don't. The way that the Reaver Citadel came to me is the way that it still is right now. I can cycle through some modes. I like it. I've been enjoying it that way. I know that there's some resources I can go on to figure out how to program it and make it different if I ever decide to do that, but I don't know anything. So when I was, I messaged the guy at Okluma, and I was asking him just some questions about the lights and all that kind of stuff. And I think I may, if I can make the time for it, I may have him on a podcast episode soon, A, so I can learn a little bit more about the way these work, but B, I think that would just be interesting to talk to a guy who makes lights. But yeah, the disclaimer is I don't know much about these lights in terms of like, for lack of a better term, the nerdy stuff about them. I didn't even know what batteries either of them took, so I had to look up that kind of stuff. I had to order those things, and it's the way it is. So here we go. This one, there's a battery right up on top. This is an ICR 14500 1000 mAh 3.7 volt battery. Max continuous discharge is 3A. I assume that means amps or something. I don't know. So cool gold colored battery. That's about the size of a AA. That's different from the batteries that go in the Reaver, which I had to order as well. So here's the case or the box that the light comes in. I didn't realize it was going to come in such a cool box. That's rad. Then we've got, oh, this is rad, a couple of like coasters. Okluma A la noche montamos. Heavy Industries. It's there's these like rubber coasters that he sent. 2 of them. That's really cool. And then we have got, oh, this is like a ownership card. So on this side, it's like cool artwork. And then on the side that I'm reading, it says model DCO, material titanium, emitters Nichia 219C. No notes, and then date 12/2/21, and then a signature on it. So very cool. Got an ownership card thing. And then there's a couple more things in here. Looks like this, some magnets. Cool. So magnet number 1, that's rad. Magnet number 2, same thing but black and white. Very cool. And then another one. Very cool. I don't know which way. I think it goes this way. Maybe I'm saying it backwards. I don't know. Cool. And then I also, in one fell swoop, also got a charger just in case. So now I have this Nightcore charger too. All right. So whole bunch of rad stuff, and I paid extra for the battery and the charger and all that. Those weren't like freebies or anything. But I also should say I bought this light. This wasn't like sent to me for free or anything. So I paid full price for this. Let's go ahead and get this box opened up. It's a tight fitting lid. It's pretty rad. So yeah, this is a sweet wooden box. Slots out there, and then it's in a little kind of like a microfiber bag in here, and let there be light. So this is actually a little bit bigger than I was expecting it to be. I was worried it was going to be kind of a really small light, because I know this is like the small model that he makes, and I didn't want like a tiny light. I didn't want a little pen light or anything. I wanted something real. And this feels like a much better size than I was kind of expecting. Part of me wanted to like wait and get a DC1 or something, but this is probably better than I'm holding it. I'll put it up next to the Reaver as well so you can see size-wise. So this one's longer but thinner, so she said. But yeah, overall volume of these two, they're actually probably similar size-wise. One's just stubbier and the other one's longer. There's going to be a lot of innuendos in this one, I guess. But let's see how it goes. Oh, okay. This button feels different from anything I've felt before. It looks like right now it's just set to kind of go through from low to high, like a low, medium, high, which is honestly, for me, kind of perfect. I don't want it to be like 700 modes and clicking in this weird sequence like you're playing Street Fighter and it's like up, down, A, B, left, right. Like, I don't need to know how to Hadouken with my light. I just want it to like turn on, and low, medium, high is pretty cool. I'm liking also it seems like kind of a warm light. A lot of the lights I have are much more like, the LEDs are just more like bluish light. They're cooler light, and I like that this one's a little warmer. Yeah, that's real low, medium, high, sweet. I imagine there's probably some programmability in this $450 light, if I were to guess. And I'm sure so many people are like, want to strangle me right now that I don't care. And I may get to a place where I care, but at the moment, I don't care. I don't care whether I can program it. And I welcome it if I end up going down that rabbit hole. Cool. But just honestly, right now, trying to find out like which lights I think are cool and fun and just work well on the simplest level, I'm not ready to play with that kind of stuff. It would be like, I don't know, like for the longest time, I was a person who had a knife in my pocket and had never taken a knife apart, right? I didn't have a whole suite of knife maintenance stuff when I started getting into knives. I didn't have a bunch of different takedown mats and trays and several different nice tools and different lubricants. Like, that wasn't a world. That was a world within the world that I hadn't discovered yet. And I'm kind of at the entry point with lights right now, where even though I'm buying some nice ones, I'm a noob at it. So anyway, this thing looks cool. It feels great. I like the finishing on the titanium. I like the knurling here. The clip seems like it's going to be really functional. I bet this is going to carry like a freaking dream back left pocket or even back right pocket. Now that it's winter time, here in Southern California, and it's freezing cold, 55 degrees like it was today. I'm wearing a jacket a lot more often, and so usually there's inner pockets and stuff where I can carry lights, and that's part of why I'm going down this rabbit hole now, is because I'm carrying more gear this time of year. So anyway, this is sweet. They're US made. These come out of Oklahoma, and all right, I think he might have actually moved out of Oklahoma. I don't know. I feel like I saw something on his stories today that he was visiting an old shop in Oklahoma and isn't there anymore or something. I don't know the history. If I have him on the podcast, I'm sure we'll talk about it. But these are US made. They're cool. As you saw, the packaging is legit. He's got all this branding and cool stuff. And this is probably the most recommended to me light that there is in this like upper echelon, right? You get a ton of people who are recommending things that are like $100 and under all the time, but for the lights that are like $400 and over, Okluma is probably the one that I've seen, that I've had most recommended to me by friends who have had multiple lights in this sphere. So that's nice, and I can see why it seems really nice right out of the box. So anyway, I'm going to start carrying it, start using it, and I'm going to be comparing it pretty heavily, naturally, to the Reaver Citadel, because I've got both here right now. And granted, that one was, I think those retail for $650. I got it on secondary, so I paid like $600, plus I had to buy batteries for it and all that. This one, like I said, I think it was $450. So yeah, there's a little bit of a price gap there, but they're both like my nice lights, my bougie lights at this point. So I will inherently be comparing them a little bit, and I'll probably share some thoughts on that down the line. I may end up actually only keeping one if I pick a favorite, because it does seem a little bit frivolous. Granted, I have a knife collection with a bunch of knives that cost more than these do, so it's all subjective, I guess, or relative, I should say. But anyway, I digress. I'm getting way too down into the weeds for an unboxing. This is cool. It's here. It's an Okluma DC0 or DC0, whatever you say, and I'm a noob, but I think it's rad. This thing is pretty freaking sweet, and I like it. So anyway, thanks for checking it out, guys. Just for fun, I'll put a link down to Okluma down below, because he was a really cool dude when I messaged him and asked questions and stuff, and that means a lot as somebody who's like trying to get into these and figure it out, that the maker was reachable and cool. So anyway, I will link him down below, and we'll see you guys on the next one.